Hey, what's going on? We are back talking about some RV sales process today. That way we can sell some more RVs. And one thing I want to talk about is the 1 day close. This is a big deal in RVs. Well, because customers tend to come in, they tend to tell you they're not buying today, they're buying in 5, 10, 15 years. They just want to take a look at the different RVs and see, what kind of features are in them now and so on and so forth. You get that a lot in RV sales, and we have to be able to take an RV customer and turn them into a buyer today as opposed to letting them wait 5, 10, 15 years. One, because we can add a lot of value to our customer's life by doing that. And two, because it brings down your time spent per deal. So you have to understand that if you want to be a salesperson that either, meets or exceeds their sales goals, then the formula you have to pay attention to is talk to more customers, increase our closing percentage, and then decrease our time spent per deal. If it takes us 5 months or a year or 4 years to close a customer, then it's taken us, a little too long to close that customer, which means we have a lot of time in the deal. The more time we have in a deal means the less time we will have for other customers. So it'll be hard for us to talk to the amount of customers we need to exceed our goals if we're unable to get a 1 day close simply because we have too much time in the deal. So when customers come in, the goal really should be to close them the day that we're meeting them because they came to the dealership for a reason. Something prompted them to come in, right? Maybe it was they were camping with their friends or their family last weekend. They had a great time, but they had to sleep in a tent, and their kids complained about being in the tent the whole time and wanted to stay in an RV or so on and so forth. Or maybe they have a group of friends that travel together with their truck campers, and well, they have a truck, but they don't have a truck camper, and they're going on a adventure this coming month that they want to be a part of, right? Or, there's a lot of different things that might bring a customer in today, but what it means when a customer comes into the dealership today or leaves their name, email, phone number, and an internet lead today is that their mind has been actively thinking about RVs. They've been wondering what it's like to be in an RV, or they've been curious on what the prices are right now, or what the floor plans look right now, and something prompted them to start thinking of RVs. So if we can use that to our advantage a little bit and really learn what the customer is trying to accomplish with their RV, then we will be able to get a 1 day close because we're able to get to those emotions. We're able to find out what our customer is looking for, provide them with a solution that meets it perfectly. And once we provide them with that solution, we're able to go past five no's, close the deal, and add value to our customer's life. Because you have to remember, as an RV salesperson, you don't add value to your customer's life until you actually close the deal. Right? It doesn't help to just keep showing them product after product and RV after RV and walking them from truck camper to fifth wheel to motor home back to a truck camper to a travel trailer. Like that doesn't really do our customers any justice. That doesn't help them get closer to the unit they're looking for. If anything, it kind of confuses them because now they're like, oh, maybe I should have a motorhome, but hey, we already have a truck for a travel trailer. Oh, or maybe we need a fifth wheel, but we only have, the small version, the 1500 or whatever the case is there, half ton truck. So, fifth wheels, not as many can be pulled by a half ton, right? So there's a lot of different things that go into the sales process. And to get a 1 day close, we have to learn all of that information in the front side so that we can be sure we show them the right RV. And then that way we can close the deal. Okay, so the best way I've found to really do a 1 day close starts in the introduction. It starts in the very beginning of the sales process, because this is where you're going to set your intentions. This is where you're going to explain your buying process. And this is where your customer is going to learn, how it works at your dealership, right? They say first impressions, right? You can never, get a second first impression, right? First impressions are everything type deal, right? I'm sure we've heard, some kind of version of that, right? So what we need to do in our first impression is set up the deal to work in our favor. Okay, now the way that we're going to do that is we're going to explain our buying process and we're going to set our intentions early, right? So it's going to sound something like this. All right, so a customer walks into the dealership, right? I get called up to the front desk or however it works, and I'm going to just introduce myself. I'm going to shake their hand, and I'm going to shake their hand with the same firmness that they shake mine, because what that tells them on a subliminal level is, hey, I'm just like you. I'm cooperative. I'm basically just like you, is really what you're trying to portray like that, right? So once they shake my hand, I'm going to say, hey, my name is Chris. Welcome to XYZ RV dealership. What can I help you with today? And a lot of the time they're going to say something like, well, we came in just to look at, RVs, or we came in to look at travel trailers. We're not buying for 5 or 10 years. We just wanted to see what the floor plan's like, right? We'll go with that one. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm not going to say, oh, you're not buying for 10 years. I'm going to kind of ignore that. I'm not even going to listen to the fact that they told me they're not buying for 5 or 10 years. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set my intentions early and I'm going to explain my buying process. So, hey, my name's Chris. Welcome to XYZ RV dealership. How can I help you? Hey, Chris, we're not buying for 5 or 10 years. We just want to look at RVs. Next, I'm going to go, okay, great. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our RV dealership before? Have you ever bought from XYZ RV dealership before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to say next does not change. Okay, they're going to say yes. They're going to say no. I'm going to say, okay, great. If they say yes, I'll say, okay, great. So you know that the way that we sell RVs here at XYZ RV dealership, okay, or the way that we work here at XYZ dealership is this. If they say no, then I'm going to say, okay, great. Well, the way that we do business here at XYZ RV dealership is we like to learn exactly what you're looking for. So we sit you down, we ask you, who, what, when, where, why, and how questions about your RV. That way we can get a good picture of exactly what you're looking for, so we can make sure we're showing you an RV that meets your needs. Once we have a great picture of the kind of RV that you're looking for, we're going to take a look at the inventory to make sure I even have anything that lines up. If I do have something that lines up, we'll go out to the RV dealership. We'll take a look at 1 or 2 RVs. After we do that, we'll come back in. I'll show you the numbers. And if it makes sense, you'll buy it. And if it doesn't make sense, I won't even ask you to buy it. Sound fair enough? Okay. And once I do that introduction, what I just did is I walked them through my sales process. You're going to sit down at my desk so I can interview and qualify you, learn your emotions, learn your needs, learn your wants. That way, I can make sure that we have in our inventory an RV that meets your needs. Okay, and once I look at my inventory to make sure we even have an RV that meets your needs, then if we do, we're going to go out to the lot. We're going to take a look at 1 or 2 RVs, right? We're not looking at 5, 10, 15, 1 or 2 RVs that meet your needs exactly. And then we'll come back in. We'll take a look at the numbers. That way, you know what you can buy this RV for, cash or for a monthly payment. And if the RV is perfect, you'll buy it. If it's not perfect, I won't even ask you to buy it. Does that sound fair enough? Okay, so what I said is I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to ask you questions. Once I ask you questions, I'm going to look through my inventory to make sure we have the right RV. If we have the right RV, we go out and we look at it. After we look at it, we come in and we take a look at the numbers. That way you know what you're paying cash or in a monthly payment to own the RV. Once we go over the numbers, if it's the perfect RV, you buy it. If it's not, I won't even ask you to buy it. So what I'm saying there is, hey, listen, I'm fair. I won't ask you to buy an RV that doesn't make sense. Let me sit you down. Let me learn exactly what you're looking for. Once I learn that, I'll show you an RV that meets your needs. And if it's perfect, you'll buy it. If not, no big deal. So in that introduction, there's a lot to unpack there, but you have to understand that it's designed to get our customer to agree to letting us through the sale, or letting us take them through the sales process from A to Z. It gets them to agree to buy a RV in a joking manner if it's perfect for them. And remember, even if they told you that they're not buying for 5 or 10 years, I'm still saying this to them because it's getting them in the mindset that, hey, listen, if the RV is perfect, you'll buy it. If not, I won't even ask you to buy it. It's kind of playful, it's kind of joking, but I'm still getting into the customer's mind in the very beginning that if it's the perfect RV, I'm going to ask you to buy it. And it doesn't matter if you're not buying for 5 or 10 years. It doesn't matter to me, right? And it looks Juan J. Perez, great stuff. Set the tone and lay out the rules to the buying process. Build the value so greatly it easily exceeds the price. They are there for a reason. Customers need the right information to make a purchasing decision. Never forget we have to earn the right to ask for the sale. Absolutely right, Juan. I mean, that's exactly right. You set the tone, you set the layout, you set the buying process. That way your customer is comfortable to go through it. You build value and show them exactly why you need to ask them questions, which lowers their defenses because it's a fair sales process, right? Again, they're there for a reason. They're ready to buy, right? And we just ask those right questions so that we can provide our customer with all the information they need to make a purchasing decision. And then we ask for the sale. If we do all that right and show the right RV, we have a much better chance to close a customer that's not buying for 5 or 10 years. We have a lot better chance to close them today. And if we can do that, if we can convert 5 or 10 year buyers into 1 day buyers, then we know we're doing it right. And now when we get true 1 day buyers, we're going to knock them out quick. And then when we get customers that are a little harder to close, we're going to be a lot more dialed into their emotions, their needs, their wants, the sales process to get them closed today. And that's how you're going to meet or exceed your sales goals, is by providing so much value to your customer that a 5 or 10 year buyer turns into a 1 day close. Right? Imagine that. Imagine being able to provide so much value to your customer that they go from never not buying in 5 or 10 years to buying today from you, Juan J. Perez, or whatever your XYZ name is. And it can happen. It happens all the time. It happens every single day. There are customers that come into your office that you speak with, that you talk to, that you sit down, you show numbers, you let them leave. They go to the RV dealership that is 10, 20, 30 minutes away, and then they buy from another RV salesperson. Why? Why would that happen? You know as well as I know that if you're an RV salesperson, that brand name doesn't really matter all that much. All the RVs are about the same. All the companies have a very similar floor plan. You can pretty much find a customer the RV that they need with the brands you have on your lot. So if that customer left your dealership, goes to another one and buys, but they told you they weren't buying her 5 or 10, right? What's the difference? What's making them tip the scale for the other dealership? And I'm telling you right now, it's the salesperson. It's the way they provide information. It's the way they ask questions. It's the way they show the RVs, right? If you're crazy overpriced in today's market, that's going to be tough because it's so easy to search prices and it's so easy to go get things now. But nonetheless, it's never really about price. It's about emotions. It's about needs. It's about wants. And it's about finding the salesperson who's able to provide that to the customer in the most efficient way. And if you follow that intro, if you follow that sales process, it's going to get you to the right spots. If you're only showing 1 or 2 RVs, it's going to allow you to close on one of them as opposed to getting your customer confused on all these different floor plans and then needing to go back to the drawing board to find out what they're looking for. RV salespeople know what customers need more than customers do, because a lot of RV customers don't experience it much. They've camped one time in an RV. They've never camped in an RV. They've camped 3 times in a year. That's still not that much RV time. Where RV salespeople are around it, hear stories, talk to people, hear about service. They're just they're in it, right? So, RV salespeople understand things that RV customers don't. And that's why we need to be asking the questions, learning the emotions, learning the needs, learning the wants. If you like to read, you can grab the book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes and Noble. If you like to read, go grab that book. It'll teach you the sales process A to Z. That way you can go through a one-day close. If you like virtual or audio, like video and audio sales training, you can get that as well right online at sellmorelivemore.net. We have an RV sales training program. It's only $9.97 a month, I believe, or around $100 for the whole year or for the whole program. So it's very inexpensive, and it will definitely pay itself off after you buy it. So go buy that program. Go to sellmorelivemore.net. If you want to do both, that's even better. Go grab the book from Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Make sure you leave me a review. And then also go to sellmorelivemore.net. Sign up for that RV sales training program. That way you can get more deals closed. If you're an RV dealership or a business that needs more customers through the front door, needs more internet leads, that's what we do here at IMR. We help you get more customers to your sales team. That way they can be closing more deals. So if you need more customer leads, give me a call directly. I'd love to share our programs with you. That way you can start closing more business. You can reach me directly, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. Give me a call. Let me share my program with you. It'll take 5 or 10 minutes, and I guarantee you we can help you double, maybe even triple your leads. That way you can start closing more business. If you have a sales team that needs some more sales training, additional sales training, or maybe they don't do sales training at all and you want to implement something, give me a call as well, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. I'd love to help your sales team start closing better deals, start getting better at the sales process. That way we can be closing more deals at our RV dealerships or businesses. So if you want some more customers, if you need to close more business, give me a call directly, 330-703-3930. We're going to be talking about RV sales process all year long. So if you haven't connected with me yet on LinkedIn, hop over to LinkedIn, give me that connection. And if you haven't followed us on Facebook or subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Go over to YouTube, go over to Facebook, type in Infinite Media Resources, and then go subscribe and like the channel. That way you can be here for the different RV sales process and sales and marketing things we're going to be talking about throughout the year. So again, while we're out there at our dealerships, let's make sure we're doing one-day closes. And it starts with our introduction, setting our intentions early, explaining the buying process, and just getting that set from the very beginning. That way we control the sale. That way we make sure everything that we're doing lines up with what the customer's looking for, and then we can provide them with an RV that makes sense and meets their needs, right? So hopefully you learned something from that. If you have any questions, feel free reach out to me on LinkedIn. Again, I'd love to do some role plays. If you're an RV salesperson that likes to do a role play, I'd love to hop in one with you. That way you can sharpen up the axe and get those role plays going, and you can learn a little bit, right? So connect with me, message me, email me. All that stuff is in the link. You can also give me a call. I'd love to help your RV dealership or business grow. But until the next time, I'll see you then.